Hi, I'm Christian Lindholm, and at the moment I'm the managing partner at Fjord, and Fjord's a sort of Europe's leading cross-platform design agency where we help customers to transform experiences, and our sort of secret sauce is elegant simplicity.
Christian, you're holding an iPhone there. Can you tell us what's your favorite application or a series of applications?
So, so I think the thing that I really was blown away was all the work that Smule had done, because that to me is something you can't kind of concept or specify. That hey guys, I really think we should do a flute. So the fact that this kind of platform exists and somebody has passion, that I think is wonderful. It's sort of wonderful example of human creativity once tools exist. What I use obviously the iPlayer. I do think it's fantastically useful. I love the it's a small app that's basically called the BBC Reader. I think there's a lot of opportunity to do good news readers, because as an entrepreneur constantly traveling, I simply can't afford to pay for data roaming. And every time I do, last time I did it, I properly used it at the GSM World, and it cost me £488 for a week. And I have actually no memory what I actually used. So every time I use it, I get burned. And hence, what I want to see are application that provides for kind of clever caching. So sort of auto bring me stuff for consumption later when I'm in sort of Wi-Fi land. And BBC Reader is one good example.
Is that the third party BBC Reader?
Yeah, it's the third party that just aggregates the BBC News, and then it sort of does a sort of web clip type of picture of the website, and I think that there's something great in it. I think the Facebook guys have done a fabulous job with the Facebook app. I think there's lots of work that needs to be done in photo apps, in sort of how you manage digital collections, and so the Photos app on Apple is still quite primitive in my taste. I like the classics book apps, so clearly this type of connected reader for sort of reading documents on a sort of handheld is sort of in a good direction. I do use a fair amount of Google apps, so I think Google's doing a great job on both on Symbian and Java, and I use their apps. But other than that, I'm not using a massive amount of apps on the Symbian platform. I'm just probably lazy, and going out and finding them is too much hassle.
Do you think will the Ovi store change that perspective? Do you think?
I hope so, and it should. But the dilemma in Symbian is still that it's tedious to write code for it, and the effort is big. But I do, on the other hand, think that if the store and clever business models support the opportunity for developers to make some money. To date, the mobile industry has not been good at sharing revenues with anyone else, and as long as they don't do that, then they're just not gonna collect developers. So it's developers go where the money is. And so I think if the mobile industry could share of their billions to the little developers, I think that would be a good thing for humanity.